Boom. God fucking damn it. Get out of my face.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello, pimps and boomers, and welcome back to Krown's magical Matrix Cave.
Did you just call everyone pimps here? That's kind of cool if you're from the early 2000s, but maybe a bit disrespectful to the female attendees of the cave out there. Oh shit, it's not the cave anymore. We've changed the name. It's just a little bit of a name change right there. It's the same place. It's still a cave for all of us, but I did decide to go with a little bit of a different direction here. And with that said, welcome back to Krown's channel, and I would like to wish you a happy and healthy start to this day. Man, that's going to be taking some time to get used to. Sir, could you potentially please open up the door for some good old air over there? That would actually be really nice, as it is already hot right now, as Bitcoin essentially just trades in the sideways range from yesterday's short-term time frame analysis. Obviously, all the higher-term time frame analysis is more or less unchanged, but we'll go over that in a very brief moment as well. However, big focus on the short-term time frames today. And to reference the title's video, or the video's title, wow, dyslexia is powerful. Yeah, I do believe that we're going to be seeing a trap here. Resolved no later than tomorrow by New York Stock Exchange close, or actually perhaps even today, in fact, as things are starting to align with the stars right now. Anyways, with that in mind, I do want to say a massive what the fuck? What's going on over here? There are 400 likes on this video, and that is 2 times the highest amount that we've had before we've ever even gotten started. What the hell? You savages. You savages, that is amazing. Holy shit. Major thank you for that. That is amazing. And well, let's get on with it right now, as it just continues to rise like the moons. Anyways, what do we see on the Krown Chain application, which can be found at app.krownchain.net. And by the way, it is of course 100% free, and the link in the description below as well. And by the way, we can check out you can also check out the Krown crypto newsletter as well, which is 100% free on there as well right now. Anyways, what do we see right now? We do see Bitcoin dominance still hovering around that 44% region, which I do expect that this is probably going to be the major low before moving into probably the deep 50s over the next few months here. Fear and Green Index also at a 74, so just nothing really much to update right there. Again, I have basically the same thing to say about that over the past week or so here, as Bitcoin essentially consolidates around its all-time high. That is a more or less generous read, and does suggest that, well, the market isn't getting overly exuberant and irrational right now, which is what you would expect on typically your macro highs in this case. Anyways, top 10 best coins. Do we see any big winners? Yeah, we see some major winners. Sandbox, which I believe we looked at yesterday, was up 58, almost 59% right there. Loopring, 0x, Arweave, Audius, Chili's, Engine Coin, Kusama, and Polkadot, all with double digits and significant gains actually. And what do we see in the market data tab over here? We see actually some very interesting things now going on yet again. The leverage ratio and, of course, global open interest still rising to the heavens. But in the context of the other underlying market dynamics and, of course, the flow analysis as well, I really do think that this is actually a lot more of a short squeeze setup than not. Now, we'll talk about what actually needs to happen on price action to confirm that. Where do shorts actually get squeezed? Well, I'll just spoil the fucking surprise. It's above 63,800. So, and as long as Bitcoin's operating between about 61 and that same level, not really like anything major to be speaking about. And of course, longs will have serious pain below about $6,000 yet again. Anyways, with that in mind, let's go over and check out the flows right here. And again, for the next, I don't know, how many days have we been watching on this now? At least over a week, probably more like a week and a half now. We have seen consistently negative CVD on the perps right here, which are leverage positions, obviously. And that does suggest that shorts are being more aggressive. Of course, it's not to say that there are more shorts than longs. That is the wrong interpretation. There's always 1-to-1 if you actually read the fucking contract details on most of the major exchanges that offer these ridiculous leverage rates. And then more importantly, it's just suggesting that shorts are marketing their positions more rather than, or in comparison to longs, by the tune of about 110.36 at 36 or 35 billion. My nearsightedness is actually still a little bit fucked up, by the way, so I am gonna struggle with some of these numbers. It's definitely getting better though, and I think maybe within the next day or two I can probably even take off these damn goggles. But until then, it's Agent Krown at duty right now. So with that, with that in mind, I do suspect that shorts can be a little bit more easily squeezed here. Again, going back to this pain over here, with the funny rates being not anything too consequential, we actually see very similar funny rates to what we saw back on over in November of last year, where we had a very similar setup on the global leverage ratio as well, not necessarily on the global open interest. However, that data was questionable at that time. And more importantly with that, more importantly with that, that does suggest, at least I would really entertain the possibility that we do see, you know, this lead into, well, a move into the upside and probably a short squeeze above 63.8. Again, until that's actually confirmed with price action, it's just, you know, a potential setup. It is not actionable in and of itself. And of course, below $60,000, same thing for Bitcoin. In fact, we can probably even move at that point yet again today, as we do have what appears to be a higher low on the short-term timeframes. Anyways, is there anything else that I want to check out right around here? Yeah, okay. This is actually incredibly interesting here too. Global exchanges net flows, a major negative number, negative 17,500 Bitcoin coming off the exchanges. So, you know, theoretically, what is the analysis on that? I suppose it means more hodlers, which I suppose would be a more or less good thing, less potential sellers in the short term. And if we go over here to our hash rate and whale ratio, we're not really actually getting anything too super interesting on that. So I am going to sidestep that. And let's actually get into the short-term timeframes right now and follow up on yesterday's video, of which same thing, same fucking thing. It's the same goddamn thing. We've had the same fucking lines ever since basically end of last week on the, I think it was, what is this area right here? Like 28th, 29th of October, of course, which was just, yeah, just about 4 or 5 days ago. And have we tested back down into this blue box territory on the bottom side yet again? Yes, we have. And if you are bullish, you are looking at this right here as very likely your next higher low on the short-term timeframes. And that would actually mark off 3 in a row. So we got, or not 3 in a row, but 2 in a row. So we got low, higher low, and potentially higher low right here. We have, however, on the other side, lower highs. We have high, and lower high right here, obviously. So we are, or not we are just people, but Bitcoin as an inanimate object is consolidating right now. And that does imply that, you know, the next break of that high or low structure is very likely going to be the general direction. Now, technically speaking, as I have been saying, I would expect big squeezing activity above this region right here, which is that 63, actually it's more like 63,700 or so. Preferably on a 4-hour, could probably even use it on an hourly as well, because at that point, yeah, I mean, those wicks are coming in the same vicinity, so probably could use an hourly at that point. But for right now, you know, if you do want to go by the book, it's just neutral. It is consolidating. But also the reason why I do have a bit of a slight bullish bias here, or it's not necessarily a slight bullish bias, I do have a bullish bias to be just 100% direct, is based off the higher term timeframes, which I do understand that there are some counterpoints to this. Of course, there always are. It's all just a setup at the end of the day. But again, what did we see on the end of October? Bitcoin closing right around the topside Toronto band right here, also on new all-time highs on the monthly, weekly, and bi-monthly as well. And more importantly, on the bi-monthly, we have successfully closed above the topside Toronto band for the first time since the last run began, which was back in November, actually 1 year ago, to potentially the day. So with that in mind, I am actually biased towards new highs, both in November and very likely December as well, and then potentially more after that. I, you know, want to come back after that. And yesterday I put out a very memed up and clickbaitish clickbaitish video on Elio Trade's channel on like very long-term analysis. Now these things, these things, man. I mean, look, I actually don't choose the titles or thumbnails for those videos. Not that I think, you know, it's terrible to begin with, but it is very funny to see like the responses to that. People seem to get very angry with that. But I hope to like actually, you know, suggest or provide data that goes alongside and gives a legitimate reason why I think it's, you know, it's a potential worth discussing at least. And of course, I mean, the actual thumbnail itself wasn't necessarily in line with the content of the video, but oh well, whatever, man, whatever. Anyways, looking at this right here, yes, this does make me essentially more or less biased towards new all-time highs. I mean, we just have continuation of trend alongside volatility expansion. And of course, we go over here to momentum charts, we will see that momentum on monthly Stokes has actually popped back up again. And more importantly, even held within the bullish control zone right here. And pretty much all of Bitcoin's major macro runs have started off with a move above the 60 or so, the bullish control zone right here, for the monthly Stokes within the history of time, which we can just mark off very quickly right now so that we can go and document this. Guess where the last time was? Right here, starting off actually 1 year ago from November to, you know, on that $10,000 low to about a $65,000 high. Not bad, right? We see this one over here way back in March 2016. That one went, well, all the way from 300, 400 bucks to 20,000. Quite interesting. And then of course the only one before that was way back on over here, essentially documenting the December 2012 run all the way from well, about 14.5 bucks to a total price of like 1,100 or so. Kind of crazy numbers right there, yes, but I do want to take this one step further actually once again. So we're going to pull up another, this is actually another volatility indicator right here. I don't talk about it too much, but it's something that I used a lot in traditional markets, and that is the ADR. It's just advanced decline ratios, that's all. And what I'll do with this one is I'm going to highlight everything with a vertical signature here that is of the same indication. And what is it essentially? I've marked off with this green bar right here, with this green horizontal, all of the times where we've seen the ADR kind of base off at the 1 spot 2 region, which is essentially, as you'll see soon enough, kind of marked off, well, major macro runs. All of them except for one. I do want to be 100% directly clear with this, of course. There has been one iteration where this did not work out too well. It actually called literally the top, if anything, of your June 2019 failed breakout attempt on the macro. But every other attempt, of which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, working on 6 right now, has been very consistent, actually. And the reason why that's why that's important is because we've seen this always precipitate macro runs. Again, this one back on over here in May 2012. I mean, that was, I mean, that's, these numbers are too big, so I'm not going to repeat them right there. But you can see that basically all of these bases do come outside of that region, and we have once again hit that region yet again. And not only that, but we did see a new all-time closing high price. Oh, there he is, the young Padawan, Mr. Wally. I see over there, my friend. We'll get to that a little bit. We'll get to that in a bit later. There he is, Anakin. Nice one, man. Actually, I'm a big Star Wars nerd as well. Although Lord of the Rings, I think is a little better. Anyways, did I want to reference anything on the PMARP as well? I mean, above the moving average on the PMARP, generally good. Below it, generally bad. And we are above it right now. And of course, we have actually never even seen a macro top without getting towards at least, it looks like 98th percentile. And for reference right now, we are currently at about a 74.5th percentile. Anyways, going back to this chart over here, I do want to check out CME, just see if we have anything different. Nope, same damn chart, same damn place. However, no, we have the same setup right here. Actually, we do not have the higher low, or at least we just have one higher low between this one and this one right here. If you are going to be looking at this as a confirmed higher low, which I don't think it is just necessarily, it'd be actually confirmed back above basically the 63.5 pivot. And then, yeah, I'd be looking for Bitcoin to kind of float its way sideways and up towards the all-time highs and probably new all-time highs after that. Can we pull up some potentially long-term targets based off that? I suppose yes. Why not? Why not right here? Might as well do it right now. And let me just, hey, stop that. There we go. And we can do something like this, boom. And that would imply on a continuation drive on the weekly specifically, looking at somewhere around 70,000 bucks would be the first target. Very likely a small pullback there. And then ultimately I would be looking for Bitcoin to work its way towards 85 to 75, somewhere in that range. And that's where I'd expect a more prolonged consolidation. Kind of also in line with, I think, Plan B's 4 model as well, or at least somewhere around there. Other than that, I actually didn't even look at RSI at all yesterday, which is like, it's one of my favorite indicators, but didn't even reference it one bit. Although I don't think that there's too much to update here for Bitcoin. Let me go over to this chart. Again, we did get another good tick on the weekly jewel for both spot and CME. Obviously, the signal began 1 week earlier to that. So, you know, again, just another generally good thing, I suppose. And what else do we see if we peruse around the different timeframes? Yes, we did close a 5-day yesterday. How did the 5-day do? What is the 5-day looking like? Not really giving us too much, but it is hanging within the bullish control zone for the first time since, well, April, May highs, or actually since April highs. That is overall good. And we do see that volatility still expanding off the lows right here, and the moving average remains with a positive slope. So I do like that as well. Is there anything else that I wanted to reference on that? No, I think we're good right there. What about the buy daily closing today? Not really getting too much from this. I mean, again, just I think actually lower term timeframes kind of speak a little bit more than higher term timeframes at the current moment. Daily, do we see anything particular over here? No. However, big one, big one is daily BBWP, which is on the floor. So we do see volatility on the floor, not just on the daily, but I believe also on the 4-hour as well. Yeah, and I don't think that this one's ready just yet. I think at earliest we see this resolved around U.S. market open today, probably more like U.S. market open tomorrow on Wednesday. Just as an aside from my studies, Wednesday, it typically correlates with the biggest moves, the most volatile day in Bitcoin land. Anyways, on the 4-hour right now, we do have potential phantom drive of hidden bullish divergence for what it's worth. Don't know how much to trust that one right there. 4-hour on CME does not show it. It doesn't really have anything right there, actually. 12-hour, do we see anything of particular interest? Nope, not necessarily. And daily, yeah, same thing over here as well. So indicators not really giving me too much of a bias. But I suppose that we could also go over to our Stoke indicator over here and just see what that one's saying. Obviously not going to correlate with, like the bigger moves. You want that on RSI in relationship to the Stoke. But looking at daily Stokes right here, we actually are freshly crossing to the upside for the first time since 29th of September, actually. That took Bitcoin all the way up from basically 40,000 to 67,000. And we're going to see this yet again right here. And this would also be considered a rejection of the bearish control zone. And remember, this whole correction right here, ever since Bitcoin hit the $67,000 current all-time high, well, has been coming on declining volatility. So I do still look at this as a higher low, first and foremost, which does imply trend continuation on the next volatility expansion. I would be very concerned, however, however, if Bitcoin really starts to break back down below $60,000 territory and we see volatility tick up, that would be very indicative of a major high being put in, maybe even a macro high, and Bitcoin would probably work its way back down to like $55,000 after that. Until that happens, though, I'm actually I'm certainly a lot more on the bullish side, I suppose. Maybe I'm getting a little bit too much bullish hopium here, but I do still like the higher term timeframes for what it's worth. And again, this is not to say that. This is, I just hope to give out the information the way that I'm looking at it and also my reasoning for it. And then obviously you as a rational adult, which you very likely are, hopefully are, can make the decision for yourself, obviously, as only you can be the best authority for your personal and natural proclivities. But to counter that, daily CME has not seen daily Stokes turn up, to be fair. 12-hour is, however, and will be as long as above 60,250. And I believe that the other lower term time frames are probably, no, flippy floppy right here too. 4-hour will turn back above about 62,650 on CME, and hourly is actually up right now above 61.1. Is that consistent with spot price action? Yep, hourlies are. 4 hours should be coming into alignment relatively soon. However, they're not. $62,000 on spot, again, versus 62,650 on CME. So close, but no cigar. And then 12-hour is actually massively different, as is daily, which we already saw. But 12-hour remains the upside on spot price action as long as above about 61,300. So I would keep these numbers in mind. Again, what does that likely align with today? Probably more within this general range here between about $60,000 base and 63,500 to the upside or so. Spot price action a little bit different just because we do have this lower high right here. And would I essentially front run a reversal from a lower term time frame closure above 62,500? Actually, probably would in this case, even though it's not present on CME. But man, that's a dirty rule to be breaking on my own behalf. Of course, if Bitcoin does break back down below about $6,000 territory, I'm looking for another run at your $58,000 low. Very likely another bounce there with continuation implied all the way down towards 55, 56 perhaps. So I do want to represent both sides here. I am more aligned with the upside. Just want to see it actually proven with price action. That's at the point when I look for the flow analysis to kick in, and also underlying market dynamics, which we addressed over here. All right, cool. So I think I've just spoken my fucking face off about this this lovely asset, and it might be time to turn on. hey, be respectful. And it might be time to turn on the alerts and maybe even speak English properly. And so I will get into the comments over here. Let's see what else has got lined up. Oh dear Lord. Okay, Penny is already fucking posting Z's pictures. Grow up, sir. Jesus fucking Christ. It's getting weird. It's getting very, very strange, man. Man, he's 22 years old. You're 30. Grow up. The fuck? Kyle says, can we please have an analysis on Assemble Protocol ASM? Sure. Will it move to $10? No, I have never even heard of it. So apparently it's on Coinbase because they just list anything in their fucking mother nowadays. Now, don't they? What did we see right here? Well, what time frames are you looking at first? Will it get, okay, so your question is quite simply, will it get to $10? Well, it's currently at 16 cents, so it's not my first target, I'll put it that way. And I don't think that there's any reasonable way to derive a $10 target from current trajectory, and I don't think that there's any reasonable analysis to be done on something that's been around for quite literally just less than 2 weeks. So I know that that's not very helpful. I can give you a more balanced analysis on this one, however. And what am I looking at right here? I'm just looking at a short-term range. This is a fucking hourly. Again, this thing's trading at like the mid-teens, man. The mid-teens. I don't think $10 is anywhere is in any way, shape, or form relevant at all for any reasonable person at this moment in time based off of the chart as it is. Now, if you do have insider information, maybe you know their future plans, maybe you read their white paper and you got and you fell for it hook, line, and sinker. No, I mean it had promises of riches. Then maybe you very likely know something more than me, which again I don't claim to study the fundamentals of just this thing right here. But that's a different game. If I'm just looking at this right here, I'm not even looking for a move to fucking a quarter as long as you're below about 18 cents. So I'll leave that right there. And it's not even a quarter target. It would be a 20-cent target after that. And this one will be sent back down to the depths of hell below 13 cents if that level does get taken out. But right now, I expect you're probably looking at sideways. So unfortunately, I don't think that I can directly address your question. And there he is, Jono. What's up, man? 300 likes. Yeah, that was just fucking insane. Again, a major thing. What the fuck? It's at 800 now. This is insane. This is actually, I don't even have words anymore. The fucker, man. I'm speechless. Thank you. That would be a good start, perhaps. Wow. that's my true feelings. Wow. What what is going on here, man? It just keeps on getting more and more. It's overwhelming is what it is, and I think a heartfelt thank you is the proper response, at least for now, until I find better ways to articulate myself. That's something that I really want to work on, is like articulation, right? I gotta start to read the dictionary, I think. What's up, David? Krown, good to see you. Would you check out Zill 4-hour in daily? Yeah, sure. Maybe this one's even recordable as well. I haven't seen this in a long time. This was a 2017 Siacoin, and it actually did take out its 2017, 2018 highs, just barely. Not the strongest of them all, but it's okay right here. You know what? Let's do a video on this one. This one's actually rather simple. Here we have Zilliqa. It must be Canadian. Symbol ZIL versus the dollar. And we're going to do general overview on this one as requested by Mr. David. Anyways, first thing that kind of sticks out here on the weekly is you have a consolidation pretty much around your all-time highs. In this case, we do have a series, or at least a pair of higher lows right here. And where's our last lower high? Coming in from, of course, your early September failed rally right here. So I would go as far as saying that, you know, I am biased towards an upside resolution on this, simply due to the higher low structure right here. And that'll be confirmed as an actual macro, not a macro, but a major breakout on a weekly, with a move back above about 13 cents, especially on a weekly closure, looking for a short-term extension towards 16 cents, and then very likely does gun for the prior all-time highs after that. And perhaps even more, you know, over time. But looking at weekly right here, momentum oscillators are starting to turn up, so I do like that. If we go down to the daily as you requested, I actually like this a lot more because you have a slew of higher lows, 1, 2, 3, 4 going on that one right there. And this is coming on increasing volatility. So I do suspect that this one, alongside volume signatures, is suggesting that this is a change of behavior and very likely does work its way upwards and onwards above 13 cents over time, probably sometime in this month. Looking at momentum oscillators over here, I'm curious if they agree with that. And then we'll go look at the 4-hour. I'm not sure how much well, whatever, we can just look at it. Yep, daily is up as well, holding within the bullish control zone at 10 cents. So looking good right there. So as always, needed invalidation for daily bullishness, and that would be below about, well, 10 cents in this case. We're going down to a 4-hour right here. Where's our last higher low? 10.5 cents. You know, another good invalidation. But overall, I do like this chart. I do suspect that it will join the rest of the market, just a little bit more of a laggard, and you know, a lot of good things going on right here. Long term, can it go much higher than that? Probably yes, but I'd like to see it actually, you know, retest its prior all-time highs first. You know, on a break of prior all-time highs, probably looking at, you know, half a buck, 40 cents to half a buck or so over time. Hopefully that was helpful, and there you go for symbol ZIL. Nice. Cool. Bullish Knoll says GLG on the weekly. Okay, is this a stock or a crypto? Let's see. If I type in, okay, it's probably stock. Nice. All right, we get to see some real shit. Nice, that's good. Looks terrible. Looks fucking bad. God damn it, man! We were gonna go check out some stocks, and I was expecting a good chart, and what I was met with was... Fuck! Now the shitcoin price has come back, and... yeah, it's bullish. Terrible, man. It's very likely to bounce here, I should say. Let me actually put it on this chart over here. It's very likely to bounce here, but I think max it does see upside is like $1.18, and that's probably not happening anytime soon. I think a more relatable target is more like 84 cents or so. Long-term macro, it is phenomenally bearish as long as you're below about $3. So it's got a lot of work to do. And here's the real chart, which is abysmal, a chart that only a mother could love, and very concerning. Again, if you have some sort of inside information on this one, you know, that's a different game. I'm just simply looking at the tentacles. Yes, I do think that a bounce very likely does occur from here. Again, max, I think it does see upside. It's like $1.20 to $1.30. And I'd remain long-term macro bearish on it, especially as long as you're below about $3. So hopefully that was helpful. And there you go, sir. All right. Hopefully that was also respectful as well, man. Probably just pissed off a bunch of people. What's up, Mike Dabs? Mike Dabs? Nice name, man. Mike Dabs. Thanks, man. So you've been watching the channel for a few months now, and that's super cool, man. That's super cool. Could you please check out CCHWF on the daily, weekly, and medium to long term? Okay. What was it? CCHF? Is that no? CCHWF. My apologies. I'm guessing it's this thing. Oh, trades OTC. Oh no! Man, we got 2 shitty charts in the row. The shitcoin police should be called right back right fucking now. We have a terrible chart on the loose yet again. Look, it's probably going to bounce from like the $2 area, but that would imply a little bit more continuation of the downtrend for right now. Monthly is just awful, very, very bad. Any bounces to $3.50, I do think are a gift from God to probably sell into. Not that this is financial advice, but you're looking at a daily and weekly. Okay, so is the daily likely to bounce relatively soon? Do we have any divergences building up right here? Actually, no, but it really wouldn't take too much to get this one to bounce on a daily back up somewhere around about 340, maybe even 350. But I remain massively bearish on this thing long term, as long as you're below, especially 4.25. In weekly, I do think that this one will work its way a little bit lower before it gets like the bounce that I think you're probably looking for here. Yeah, both the weekly and the monthly are very, very, very atrocious. So daily's kind of in a more bounciest posturing. I don't think it's going to be anything more than that, but again, that's just my personal opinion. Invalidation on that would be back above 4, maybe even 420 in this case, which is a great number. Above 420, this one actually would start to look a lot more different long term, but for now, I suspect that you probably do ultimately find your way lower before trying some sort of a major bounce, and that's probably going to be around 2.5, maybe even $2 base. Very, very bad here for the short term, or for the medium term. Hopefully that was helpful. Oh, there he is. All right, Mr. Wally. Good morning, sir. Yoda Anakin here, Soul, for our daily. All right, let's do it, man. You know, I got to hand it to you, Wally. I got to hand it to you, man. Usually when a youngin comes around here, which I actually should be a lot more encouraging of, because I was a youngin when I first started, man. Usually when a youngin comes around here, they last about 2 weeks to 4 weeks. You've actually lasted, man. So congratulations, and it's cool to see you actually integrate yourself into the Discord community, and that's fucking great. That's super cool, man. Super cool. And it seems like you're actually really taking your studies and everything seriously, and it seems like you also take direction really easily as well, which is awesome, man. Because we got a lot of great people in the Discord who come from like different sort of backgrounds and different sort of strategies. And the fact is that you're in a great position to absorb from pretty much everyone, which many guys have a different style than me, but they're, you know, for what I know, a lot of them are very successful. So very cool to see, man. And that's awesome, man. That's awesome. We're happy to have you. Anyways, Solana, let's actually record this one. Here we have Solana symbol SOL versus the dollar, and still consolidating the highs right here. Again, I do like this overall. I've nothing at all whatsoever bearish to say about this, as long as you're especially above 185 now, even on a spike low there. It doesn't need to wait, or at least I wouldn't necessarily wait for a daily closure. Anyways, with that in mind, do we see any sort of particular setups right here? Yeah, we do see daily BBWP is on the floor. Actually below about 1 percentile right now. Now, I do expect it's going to probably stay down there for, you know, a day or two perhaps. And I wouldn't necessarily be looking for like the next trending macro move until we actually see it get consistently above the moving average with a positive slope. But until then, where would my target be for an upside resolution? Or sorry, where would my upside resolution be for a generalized continuation target? Well, that would be above about 209 on a daily closure in this case. And yeah, I would be looking for a short-term move back up to 220. I don't think things would stop there. We've seen several of wicks already kind of rejected from there. So I do expect that next test very likely does push through. And I'm generally looking towards about the 230-ish region, and then likely another short-term consolidation right around there. I'm sure that this is probably making some sort of a, you know, can you make a formation on this? Technically not, no, but it's a rectangle, and these things actually do have a measure move to be implied from them. So it would imply a target, I'm guessing, towards 230 as well. Oh, what do you fucking know? So good symmetry right there. Again, this would be invalidated below about 185 now. Or would I say 190 on a closure? Maybe 190 on a closure. I'm not necessarily certain that I would adhere to that myself. Weekly, still long-term fine. Monthly, obviously like good. If it did, if you do start to take out 185 to the downside, I would be looking for a corrective phase all the way back down to 160 first before anything else, and I'd actually still give it a chance to put in another higher low there. All higher term time frames still looking more or less good. Anyways, let's actually address what you asked for, which was a 4 hour right here, and what did we see? More or less the same thing. I'm actually not getting anything too unique from the 4 hour. In fact, the 4 hour would suggest, 4 hour closure above about 211.5 would probably be front runnable for a daily resolution to the upside as well. So, more or less good things on this one. Just I do think that you might be waiting a little bit longer. Still though, very, very long, very long-term good setup in my opinion. 5-day closed as a bullish engulfing, so I'm not gonna hate that. Hopefully that was helpful, man. And there you go for Solana. Solana. Okay, cool. Some guy says, I don't know why it never submits my super chat. It might. What probably is happening is that YouTube like auto moderates shit, which we don't have any control over, and they just delete it. I don't know. Maybe they don't like. Maybe the acronyms that they use just like hit something in their algo that just says, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, let's just get into it, man. It's all good. Okay. We can only just do one though, sir. Can we just do PSI, Nexus Protocol? Okay. I've never heard of this one, so it might not be on TradingView. Yeah, it's not on TradingView, man. So we can actually look at your other one instead. Luna. Yeah, we can look at Luna. Luna. Where are you right now? Where are you, Luna? Looking actually pretty damn good. Luna consolidated the highs. Oh, what is this? Another slew of higher lows. Somewhat similar chart to Solana in this case, in the sense that it is consolidating pretty much at all-time highs right now on declining volatility. I don't think that it's necessarily ready just yet, but confirmation on a breakout towards a new trending move to the upside would be above about 47 and 20 cents. Same shit as last week. Or sorry, well, same shit as last week and also yesterday, which is what I'm referencing. And then long term, I'd be looking for moves into the $50 to $60 range. Still, I don't really have a reason to not invalidate this as long as you're above about 35 or 34 and a quarter. If you want to be a little more conservative, I would not use this level over here. I don't think that is trustworthy in this case. Short-term timeframes, right sideways, man. A little bit of a short-term range, and if you are short-term bullish, you're looking at this as your higher low right there. So does need to remain short-term above about $42, but overall, I mean, the setup long-term is still very, very good, especially as long as it's above about 34 and a quarter. I don't really have anything to add on to it other than that. I think you're just waiting still a little bit more time here. 5-day, how did it close? Bullish engulfing as well, or no, sorry, not a bullish engulfing, but still pretty damn strong right there as well. Any sort of a move back down to like $40.50, I do think would be a major opportunity if you get it. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Obviously. What's up, Bobby Q Son? Appreciate that emoticon right there. Nice one. Infinite IQ. Nice, man. I wish that I had a little bit of that. AKRO. Okay. Akro. All right. Man, I'm getting educated on altcoins today. Really not seen a lot of these before. It's actually okay here. It's kind of similar to I think it was Zilliqa chart that we looked at earlier. It's just a little bit more mature in its resolution, right? Did take out the last prior lower high right here. So we do have official uptrend on the 5-day. Here's your low, here's your high, here's your higher low, closed on new highs. So we do have new highs. I'd be looking for this one to work its way up to 5.25 cents and probably play out a bit of a short-term consolidation there and then come back to it after that. Invalidation would be below about 3.5 cents. Of course, this is not financial advice, I should say, but I should also see what you asked for. Yeah, just a general overview. That's all I have to say about that one, man. It's, I guess it's okay as far as history goes. We got back to 2019. All major moving averages in a bullish posture right here. I'm generally looking for continuation. I mean, this one's trending on higher term timeframes and lower term timeframes as well. Just short term pullbacks. Anywhere down to 3.8 cents is fair game. I'd be concerned below 3.5 cents though. That's what I'd say about that. Doug Dale, what's up, man? Litecoin. Okay, all right, we can do Litecoin. What are you laughing about over there? Just looking for a place to squat, man. That's all. Cool. We can actually record this one, even though Litecoin is, at least in my opinion, mostly dead. It seems that people really like this thing. All right, here we have Litecoin, Hopium coin right here, symbol LTC versus the dollar. And what do we have? Again, in the grand scheme of things, you know, not the most impressive chart that's been around for a long period of time, but it's also not the worst altcoin chart. At least it reached its 2017 highs, which, you know, it's kind of like par for the course, neutral. Anyway, short term on the daily right here, does look like we are getting our first slew of higher lows. Of course, we do have this area down here. We have this area right here, and then we have this next one right here. So I would go as far as saying that I am, I suppose, biased towards the upside as long as you are riding above about 180 on a daily. In this case, all major moving averages are switching into a bullish posture, and I do like the golden cross over here, and price action seems to be respecting it. So, you know, I would be looking for more or less sideways and up, again, with a short-term invalidation below about 188.5, and a more important invalidation on the higher term time frames below about, what was it, basically 180 even in this case. Momentum oscillator is not really giving me too much. However, volatility is speaking volumes right there, as we do see it on the floor. So this one is looking for a move probably this week. And when I say looking for a move, I mean it's very likely to either break below 180 and send this one back down to hell, or work its way back up to like 230, 250 region. I would get a lot more excited about this one long term above about 230 and looking for general moves back up, you know, over time towards $300 your May breakdown regions. Just definitely not the strongest altcoin that we've seen, but 5-day closed actually on new highs on this rally as well. So, you know, is that a front runnable reversal right there? In my opinion, yes, but more conservative people would say no. Overall, you know, I believe it's going to fall through here. Let's actually go see it from this angle just to check. See what's up, and then we will send you off on your very merry way. Yeah, daily Stokes freshly crossing up above 185.5, so looking good right there. 4 hour 196. What about weekly? Weekly freshly up above 182. Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say more likely upside than downside. Very short term time frames like a 4 hour. It actually wouldn't change my analysis at all. BBWP is coming off the lows there though, so good one. Anyways, let's see. Oh, I should probably end the video. Nice. Alex Martin says Siacoin? Oh man, Siacoin? Holy shit, how long have you been holding these bags? Sorry, but I'm genuinely curious. No. We need to see the full history. I do not accept this as the Siacoin chart. That is not the Siacoin chart that I know. This is a Siacoin chart that I know. It's actually not as bad as what I would have expected. Wow. Did not take out his 2018 highs, but yeah, actually not nearly as bad as what I would have expected. Man, I haven't heard this name in years now. But seriously, how long have you been holding these bags, man? You know, same sort of chart going on right here, right? You got your first weekly higher low coming in from late September, basically. I just want to see this one trade above its September early rejective highs. That's where I start to get excited about this one, and generally look for a move back up towards, you know, 3.5, 4 cents over time, and probably goes into a trending move after that. You know, daily right here, where would I invalidate this on the short-term bullishness below about 1.7 cent? Until then, you know, this one is looking like it's going to follow through, just alongside most of the other things in this market. Volatility come off the lows and momentum all head in the same direction. So I would be biased towards the upside. Just be aware of the invalidation, because not the strongest one of all time, but anything that, you know, is a part of the cryptocurrency market right now gets kind of a free ride, I suspect. Just double check over here. Okay, cool. All right, got that. Nice. All right. Dan Case is Sand 4 hour daily. Yeah, let's record this one as well. This one had such a phenomenal game yesterday. I believe we were bullish on it yesterday as well. And this one, actually, I don't know if I want to record this one. This one might be close to a short-term high. Let's see. Maybe not. Short-term consolidation, but 4 hours says very likely another high. Wow. What time frame are you looking at over here, sir? 4 hour and daily. Okay, 4 hour. I do expect that this one actually does have one more run. Short-term pullbacks to 230 to 235 are completely fair game. I don't have any major issues with this as long as you're above about $2 even. Volatility on the 4 hour is pretty fucking up there, but I think that you maybe have one more try towards new highs, and then very likely a big pullback and consolidation lower. But big volume on that breakout. I'm a lot more inclined to say that this one will get long-term continuation just based off of that. I just suspect that you're going to see a short-term consolidation relatively soon. I understand that that's not too helpful, but this one is just fucking moving, man. Hourly says we might even have just another higher low right here. Yeah, maybe not even pull back down to 230. Wow, powerful chart. I think that's the best chart we've seen today. This is on log scale, by the way, too, and the chart even looks like this. That Yeah, that is something, man. That is something. That is impressive. That is certainly impressive. Sweet. What's up, Jack? Ethereum, Bitcoin, 4 hour daily. Yep. Here, see where this one's at yet again, man. All right, working its way back up. Yeah. All right. I think this is it, man. I think this is it, Jack. We spoke about a higher low on the weekly. I think it was a week and a half ago, right here. I think that this is it, man. I think that this is actually it. That hidden bullish divergence, you know, that target obviously pretty much already met at 7.2, but I would still like to see it break above 718 officially. Probably even on a 4 hour could do it. Yeah. I do think that would be relevant actually, even on a 4 hour. And 4 hour RSI is giving us some hidden bullish divergence right there. Volatility is coming off the lows, so I would even be short-term bullish on this one, as long as you're holding this higher low at about 6.92 million satoshis. It looks good, man. I think that this is it. See what the monthly looks like. Generally good as well, man. Generally good as well. Above 718, I am looking for a return back around your, what is this, middle of September? Early to middle of September high, somewhere around about 7.5 to 7.7 million satoshis. This is, man, powerful Ethereum. Holy shit. I'd really only validate this one below about 6.7 on a daily. Man, that is kind of textbook right there. Kind of hard to miss. So what about the 5 day? How did that one close? Oh yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Major ranges here, but well, I still want to see it actually officially break above that region, but it is looking good, I will say. What's up, Salix series? I have 2 for you today. What? EXRD. Okay, I have never seen this before. Okay. All right. Radix. Oh, okay. Looks like a line chart. It's probably fine here, man. It does look like it's testing what would be the range highs if this one had more history. Again, going with market analysis over individualistic analysis, I don't think there's really a weekly to do on this thing, but I do suspect that you'd get another move up to 15 cents, and that's kind of like the big area to close above on a daily. 4 hour, same thing right here. Volume actually pointing on this one, although I don't suspect that there's actually too much trading on this thing, but I can tell you where it'd get majorly bearish on it, below about 12 cents. That would invalidate any inherent short-term bullishness for me, especially on a 4 hour closure, even or especially on a daily, but even on a 4 hour closure probably does it. Are looking for sideways and up here, man. We see the same sort of thing kind of across the market. Let me bring my water. I did bring my water. I even got a new water bottle. The people who raped my eyes gave me a new water bottle. It's really good. It's a boomer style. I have a boomer water bottle. Okay. Fair enough. Snacks. There we go. GLCH 4 hour daily weekly. Sure. This one is like is that no? This glitch. Okay, glitch. 4 hour daily weekly. Daily is very good. This one's trending right now. 4 hour is also trending right now, and weekly not much on there, but also would be trending as well. All right, let's see where we're at. I do think that this one does find its way towards about $1.55 to $1.60 before it does put in like a major high. I'm not necessarily saying that it's going to top out for forever, but I would be looking for a general pullback and consolidation low after that. Short-term time frames like a 4 hour hidden bullish divergence off that last low on volume. Volatility continues to rise. I think this one's got one more stab up, probably somewhere around 160, and I'll be looking for pullbacks there. Yeah, hourly, same thing. I would invalidate very short-term bullishness below about 134.5. I would invalidate daily bullishness not anytime soon. It would have to be below about $1.05 for me. Until then, man, I think this one's got one more move to the upside. A little bit on the newer side, to be fair, but 12-hour volatility is actually still ticking up right here, too. So I'm probably looking for one more drive at minimum. Pretty damn good, but let me actually draw a macro fib extension here just to see where we'd be put at, just out of curiosity. Yeah, we actually are kind of already at what would be the conservative highs, but let's take it one step further. Yeah, even then, it would still actually imply 160. I think it probably reaches up there and then probably pulls back, and then I'd want to see it after that. Mr. Gwyn's back. What's up, Sebastian? The eyes are good. Just wish I got more sleep last night, but they're starting to really heal up. It's just I'm sensitive to light, so that's why I'm wearing them right now. I think I can probably let them go in the next day or two. Can you please look at Loopring LRC? Does it have another run left, or have we topped for now? I recall, this one was on the winners list this morning, or was it? Oh, wow, yeah. Nice move there, too. I'm going to redo this chart just because that one's old. I think I did it on this chart over here yesterday. Did I do it yesterday? Let's see. Oh, got it charted somewhere. Well, no, I don't think it's done, man. I don't think it's close to done. I think it's actually just getting started right here for the long term. It just depends what time frame you're on, man. So I don't know what time frame you're on because we haven't specified, but this one just closed on new all-time highs yesterday, man, on volume. I look for this one, you know, probably pulls back today. This one can pull back all the way down to like 78 cents and be completely fine. On a 4 hour can pull back down to about 70 cents and still be fine. I suspect that this one consolidates maybe a little bit lower and then very likely does gun for a new high, man. It just depends what time frame you're looking at, but volatility is pretty fucking hot right now, so I'd probably be looking for maybe a day, maybe 2 days or so of sideways consolidation, then maybe another try higher. Wouldn't take too much to get this one back down to, yeah, like 90 cents or 85 cents. And that doesn't really do anything for even the 4 hour. Like I said, about 70 cents would kind of invalidate short-term bullishness. Until then, I actually would be looking for a bit of short-term downside, but I do think that it reconsolidates and tries again. This is good, man. I don't think it's done. It just depends what time frame you're looking at. So if you're on like a very short-term time frame, then yeah, I think it's kind of like done for, you know, a day or so. But long term, man, that's like good. That's very, very good. Simply gains areas bids at 74 to 75,000 sat on .btc based on 12-hour level. Let's see. All right, so this one's got an idea behind it, which is kind of cool. All right, so you are looking at 74 to 75. You mean 7,400 to 7,500, not 74,000. I think you added an extra zero right there for simply gains. You probably don't want that trade, or at least you can get about a 10x better position if you do not. Anyways, you're basically looking at like a retest of your prior range highs. Is what you're kind of implying right here. 75 to 7,600. I would like that at the very least for a bounce. I don't necessarily know if you're going to get down there. Let's see what the lower term time frames look like. Hourly, I think hourly will at least get down to like 7,700. Daily, it's not really helpful. Yeah, 7,700 seems to pop up there as well. Full hour, 7,700. 7,700 I do think is rather likely. 7,500, maybe just because, you know, it's an altcoin, so who knows what the liquidity is like on just a nice little spike down, but yeah, I generally think that you're probably in the right range, but I would actually have it a little bit higher if I was trading this myself, which I'm not because I don't trade altcoins for the most part. Hopefully that's helpful though. What's up, Trent Norton? HTR. Okay, all right, HTR. Oh, it is. It's a Hathor. All right. Okay, Hathor 4 hour. Jaylee, please, can you please run me through your brain's checklist of importance in order, volume, patterns, moving averages? Okay, so I can boil down my specific strategy to 3 major things. It's trend first. Trend is always first. Trend matters the most. Trend is, I mean, I could even argue that trend is like the only thing. Second comes volatility. Volatility means nothing without direction bias, so that's why trend is important. And the momentum is third, but it's like a distant third because I don't trust it that much. Momentum just kind of helps enhance the prior bias. The first 2 are the ones that matter the most, and trend is the most important thing above anything else, at least in my opinion, bar none. Volume, I care about a little bit, but not a whole hell of a lot. Patterns, I do not care about because pretty much all patterns boil down to trend anyways. So it's like you can learn all the fucking names of the exotic patterns. I do not know them, by the way. But you can always pretty much just boil them down to, oh, do we have an uptrend or a downtrend here, and where is it emerging from? There you go. Moving averages are certainly more on the same side of trend. So moving averages are kind of just an easier way to see trend for what it's worth. That's why I also use them. Anyways, you're asking about HTR 4 hour daily. Does seem all right. Let's actually do this for this time frame. How about that? Actually make it relatable towards what you're asking towards. 4 hour, you know, generally good as long as you're above about 78.50. At the same time, I'm doing more market analysis rather than Hathor analysis because I'm not the biggest fan of this chart long term. I mean, we do have a slew of lower highs, but you know, in the context of this market right now, it's just not wise to be in one direction on Bitcoin and not in a different direction on like nameless altcoin here, which I don't know if this one's necessarily nameless, but I'm not too familiar with it myself. So maybe a bit of projection perhaps. Anyways, below about 78.50. That's where I would invalidate short-term bullishness and look for nice moves back down to like 70, 72 to 73 or so. Until then, you know, I suspect that you probably go a little bit more sideways within this region and a resolution back above about 95 cents, and you're looking for a run back around your late October highs. Daily, same thing, just not the most interesting or most impressive chart. 5 days, same thing. I mean, not a whole hell of a lot of history here, but you do have your first higher low, I suppose. I just want to see it. I mean, I really wouldn't get too excited about this thing as long as you're below about a $1.05, but above about a $1.05, yeah, this thing very likely runs towards the all-time highs and maybe beyond. But until then, you know, it's a bit of a laggard, so not the strongest, but fair enough. What's up, Damien? Hello again, Krown sir. Hello again, Damien sir. Can you look at Tesla weekly and tell me if it's overbought? Overbought is actually something that I do not believe in. Overbought and oversold are not relevant in trending markets. Is this thing overbought? Well, all indicators are going to tell you that things are overbought in like major macro uptrending moves. Do I think that it's overbought right here? No. How would I judge the severity of a move to begin with? Not with momentum oscillators, actually. I'd do it with volatility. That's going to be a much better way to be doing it. And as you can see on the daily, yeah, we're starting to get up there. I want to see it kind of hang at the highs in the 99 to 100 percentile region for at least a few days before I start to look at, you know, daily local highs. Weekly is nowhere near there. So long-term macro, no, I don't think that it is quote unquote overbought. Nothing is overbought or oversold because look, man, if you run with the assumptions of like overbought and oversold on RSI, for example, you are going to very likely buy all trending downside moves to major lows, and you're going to sell all trending moves to new all-time highs. In this case right here, weekly is still bullish, monthly is obviously still bullish. This is really, really good, man. This is really fucking good. So even short-term time frames like a 4 hour, I do think if this one played out some downside, probably just looking at a move towards 1,000 to 1,020 or so. Good. I still think it's generally good right there. All right, sweet. Let me just make sure I'm at the right area right here. Where are we? Yeah, if you're looking for a good pullback, again, I don't know what time frame you're referencing, but if you're looking for a pullback, let's say on the daily, I do think this one has a slew of maybe another high or two first before that. And at some point, very likely does pull back to your low 1,000s. And that's what I suspect that you're probably waiting for, somewhere around like 1,020 to 1,030 or so. I would still like it long term for what it's worth. Okay, cool. Hoping to enter against Elon's will. Jason Blaze says Cardano USD daily, weekly, monthly. Which is more likely, a weekly 21 bounce, or do we go lower? Yeah, Cardano has been really throwing me for a loop recently. Man, I got this one severely wrong about a couple weeks ago, actually, because I was essentially, you know, I was a little more biased towards an upside resolution here. I mean, the problem with Cardano here, man, is like if I'm just looking at this chart, it's fucking bearish. It's ugly. It's very ugly. I would have no problem to be looking for a move down towards like $1.50 to $1.60 if I was just looking at this chart, but it just does not make sense to be, or at least it's just not wise to be bearish on, you know, what generally was a strong altcoin when Bitcoin is not necessarily suggesting the same picture. So, you know, I'm going to give you kind of a bullshit answer here, but it's the only answer that I feel comfortable with, and I hope that this is done in a proper way. But below about 187, yeah, I would look for that bearishness to play out. And like I said, I'm looking for big moves down. $1.65 would be my first target, and probably even looking lower than that over time after a bounce there. By the same token, to the upside, and I feel a lot more comfortable with the upside as well, just because of what the broad market is doing here. But above about 220, I'd be looking for this one to have a quick move to, you know, $2.50, and then very likely work its way back up towards, you know, prior highs. But very, very weak on its own. I don't understand like the fundamentals of this one and what's going on there, but I do. I don't understand the fundamentals because, like, I don't read up on that shit. I don't care for the most part, to be honest with you. Not to say that they don't matter. It's just I don't care to know them for Cardano, but I do understand that there are criticisms of Cardano, fundamentally speaking. So maybe this one just is trading differently than the market. I mean, definitely possible if that were to happen, but I'd still just generally be going off of ranges right here. I mean, the weekly is atrocious. The monthly is not bad long term. It's not bad, but could very easily have another move down to like 165, 170, and it would be nothing. So any sort of weakness in Bitcoin, any sort of weakness in all, that thing probably gets absolutely fucking shellacked. Mr. A. Rawl says CKB, please. All right, what's this? Oh, it's another crypto. Oh boy. Nervos. That's bigger for that. Not bad actually on the monthly. Another kind of laggard right here as well, but it is breaking above its September high, so that's good. And closed on closed on new 5-day highs as well. That's good as well. Again, where would I invalidate short-term bullishness on this one? Daily closure below about 18 and a quarter. Sorry, 1 spot 8 and a quarter. Looking for moves back down to 1.7 after that, but until that happens, man, I'm looking for this one to trade sideways and upside out of this range. Just not the most compelling chart. I think that there are better looking ones, but still, is this one getting ready for a move like probably end of this week, maybe next week? Yes, I do think so. BBWP on the floor right there. And in this case, I'm going to be biased towards trend continuation. I mean, we do have new highs. We do have an uptrend on the daily, so I do like that. 5-day, same thing as well. I'd be biased towards the upside. A little bit of a short-term range, so not super compelling right there. And if I am just looking at the short-term, I'd even just get rid of that right there. I'm be looking at not even that one, but all the way down at about 2-3 cent. Good as long as you're above 1.825. I'll leave it right there. Micah, what's up, Micah? Mana, yeah, we can do this one. This one's been very popular the last few days here. Decentraland, we're going into the metaverse, my friends, and well, actually for good reason right here. Here we have Decentraland, symbol MANA versus the dollar, and I want to follow up on this one yet again. Not giving any deep retracements, not giving any major pullbacks right here. We did say yesterday that this one I'm just going to be generally bullish on it as long as you're above, especially $2. That'd be my invalidation for long-term bullishness on this. And right now in the short-term time frame, it's actually looking like it's going to give one more try to the upside at minimum. Probably in this case to new highs before any sort of a more prolonged consolidation. Anyways, let's go hit it on this chart over here, where we might be. All right, where are we at? 4 hour, just flagging out, looking for another move to the upside. This is good. Good. I have no reason to even be looking for short-term downside as long as you're above about 260. Below 260, even on a 4 hour closure, I would be looking for this one to fall apart down to about 190. But even that's not like a super concerning move. I mean, the 5-day closed massively on new highs on volume. Volatility is also maxed out right there as well. But I expect that this one's just going to continue on for another drive here. This is good. This is really, really good. Should even have some hidden bullish evidence coming in from this low over here. This kind of like complex low in this low right here. It's actually very, very good right now. So where would be the next sort of relevant regions towards the upside? Let's check that. Let's check that. All right. Well, do something like this for the macro. Okay, currently, hey, look at that, man. Actually working really, really well. I expect that if I actually do it towards the actual wick highs, there we go. What do you know? The 1 spot 618 getting the current closing prices, so that is really, really good. I would not feel comfortable calling it a continuation move towards $5.50 if you do break the current highs on a 4 hour. But if you start to close dailies on new, if you start to close dailies above about $4, then yeah, I suppose I would be looking towards 5.5. Long term, again, I don't really see macro tops being put in at that region very rarely, if ever. Probably looking more around here, like very long term, months down the road. It looks really, really good. So short term, can I come up with some more relevant targets for short term if you do break your current highs? Yeah, I do think so. I mean, I bet if we go to an hourly, yeah, some sort of an ascending triangle right here. So fair enough. Do something like this. Just yeah, would be another run somewhere around about $4.80 to $5, and I want to see if the daily closes there. If you do, then yeah, I suppose I'd be looking for a continuation to 5.5 or so. Just curious if this is showing any sort of a different look over here. And again, remember the invalidation points on this. How the hell is an exchange called Bing Bong? Like that is Bing Bong. That is first off offensive to Asian cultures, and second off, who's putting their fucking money on Bing Bong? You like it. Weekly Stokes are literally freshly crossing up above 262. Wow. That's a hell of a chart. Daily is also just kind of chugging its way along above 330. Actually, that's a little bit higher than where we're at right now. Yeah, I'd feel comfortable saying above about 330 on a daily or a 4 hour above about 363. I'd be looking for the next continuation until then. Bit of a short-term range if you're just looking at the 4 hour, something like this. 260 low versus 360. It's a dollar range on a $3 number. That is insane. Only in crypto, baby. Only in crypto. Hopefully that's helpful. And there you go. Damn. Greg Usler says, hello, Krown. What's up, man? We just looked at Hathor, HTR, so I think we're good there. Hexkin is not asking about Hex. What's going on here? Krown, hollow symbol, HOT. Okay. Binance, Grassi. Hey, nice. I'm learning some Italian. I think. Hot USD. Okay, so this is PunDX, right? Hollow chain is that it? Must be like an Indian thing. Actually, pretty good here. Actually, very, very good. Actually, really fucking good here. Oh, this is another one of those cent coins. Yeah, I actually do think that this one does kind of continue on from here. Should we record this one or not? Let me just double check how many videos I have for today. Don't want to overload it too much. Let's see, we're on the second day. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck it. Let's do it. Fuck it, I'm doing it. Here we have hollow chain, symbol HOT versus the dollar. And we actually have another one of these altcoins that seems to be breaking out on the daily right now, closing on new highs. And we actually officially have an uptrend now, as we do have a low, we do have a high, we do have a higher low, and we do have, by definition, a closing higher high right here. I'm looking for general continuation to your last essential range highs at around about what is this, 167, somewhere between there and about, I'm guessing this is 176, somewhere around there. That's going to be the next major area to be aware of, in my opinion. Probably looking for a bit of a short-term pullback and consolidation a bit lower after fulfilling that target. And I would invalidate short-term bullishness on this one below 1245. Looking for moves back down to your 111 to 110 base. If that were to happen, I don't think that's what's happening right here, but that's the conditions that I'd be having. Of course, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but daily BBWP expanding off the lows like this alongside a confirmation of your uptrend on volume. I expect that this one very likely does continue onwards and upwards over time. So if you can start to close daily dodos back above about, what is it, 177 or 175, whatever it is, I'd be looking for essentially a retest of your prior highs over time and probably beyond. Like over here. What are you looking like over here? Daily freshly back up as long as you're above about 11.9. Dare I say this one very likely continues from here. So there you go. Hopefully that was helpful for Holochain. Is that PunDX or is that something different? I don't know. Let me take another sippy sip of this. Hey, I appreciate those sentiments, ARBO. Yeah, man. I have been reducing my screen time, and when I do go on the screens, I wear this typically, so it kind of helps that a bit. And got the old medicines over here, so I think we're hopefully good to go. But my eyes are still a little bit scratchy, What's up, Flavio? Block 12-hour RSI, bouncing in bullish control zone, 4-hour flagging out, contracting volatility. Thoughts? Okay. Let's see. This one was requested a few times yesterday. And you're looking at a 12-hour specifically. Okay, let's get rid of everything there. It's a little bit too early to look at some on a 12-hour that can't even populate like a 200 moving average, but let alone a 55 in this case. I don't trust metrics or indicators on something that's this new. 4-hour. Same thing, man. I wouldn't trust it here. I wouldn't trust it. I could just as easily look at this one coming back down to about 9 cents as I could trying to flag out where it's at right now. In fact, if I had to call it, I would not be surprised at all to see this thing come down to like 9 or 9.5 cents. Other than that, man, I really don't have an opinion on this one. Yeah, I don't. I really don't. Hourly is a little bit more of a short-term bullish look, I suppose. You know, you could be using 10.5 or you'd be more aggressive than that. Probably good enough right there at about, let's just call it 11 cents. As long as you're above 11 cents, I think I would probably, if I had to analyze this, I would agree with you. But below 11 cents, I would be looking for this one to come down to like 9 or 9.5. It'd still be okay on the short-term timeframes, but I'm always very skeptical of something that's been around for, you know, just a couple weeks here. In this case, this one's a little bit less than a month, so I just don't feel too comfortable or confident on it. So I always want to be very direct with that. I know it's not too helpful, but unfortunately, that's the best that I can do right there. Simply Gains wants to look at CLV. Okay, 12-hour daily looks like accumulation. CLV, Clover Finance, definitely legitimate. Yeah, I would agree with you. Well, yeah, it's the same variation of all these altcoin charts that we see, right? You know, you see you see these pair of higher lows, I suspect, on the weekly. Yeah, kind of right there. Not as obvious on this one. Maybe on a 5-day. Yeah, 5 days more obvious. I would generally agree with you though. I would generally agree with you. Just want to see this one kind of close back above the prior range highs, and that's probably the time to get a little more excited for it. And looks like this one actually probably does kind of give a go. Maybe today, but probably later this week if I had to guess. Invalidation on short-term bullishness is obviously below about $1.25. Till then, generally good. What's up, Winnie Choice? Coty. Keep playing with my health. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Coty. USD right there. All right, let's see. They'll just consolidate the highs, man. I don't see anything wrong with this. Record this one. One's popular enough, I guess. Here we have COTI, symbol COTI versus the dollar. And what do we have right here? We have a consolidation pretty much at all-time highs, and we do see that volatility is finally starting to expand and remain above the moving average on BBWP. Daily Jewel still remains with its upside posturing there, and this one actually did get a new all-time high closing price on yesterday's daily closure, and I expect 5-day closure as well. Indeed it did. I do think that this one could very easily have another move down to 59.5 cents, maybe even 56.5 cents, but I would not invalidate any sort of long-term bullishness on this one as long as you're above 53.5. That's kind of my line in the sand on this one. As long as you're above there, I'm very much biased towards upside. This is good, very, very good. Just, are we doing it like right now? I don't know. I don't know on that. The 12-hour does say yes. In fact, volume starting to pour in on this one, and well, probably am looking towards continuation. Now, do we have continuation targets here? Yeah, a break of your current high structure. I'm looking for a move towards probably 90 cents or so. That would be kind of confirmed on a move on a closure. Maybe let's say on like a 4-hour above about 69 to 70 cents. It does look good though, I will say. I mean, this is obviously a very good chart. Very constructive long term. Just yeah, looking at the 5-day, I do think it'll do that. Just a question: do we pull back first or not? I don't have a strong opinion on that, but long term, good, at least for what it's worth right now. Hopefully that's helpful. Cool. What is that? Oh, FCL coin. Man, my eyes. Let me take another sip of this. Ah. Ever since you said that I comment, who was an ARBO, now it's like I feel like my my left eye is building up pressure or something, man. It's not good. I'm concerned. All right, FCLU, fractal. Other okay. Fractal. We got some fractals here. Probably gonna pull through again. Market analysis over individualistic analysis, but can't really be bearish on something that looks like this as long as you're above about 35.5 cent. 4-hour looks like a higher load for me right here, so I'd even be short-term bullish as long as you're above about 40 cents. Looking for this one to pop back up towards 45 and probably continues on from there. I mean, it's generally good here. Most things in this market are generally going to be doing the same thing. Dan Anderson says, the fly! Hey, Krown. Hope you get your human highs back soon. I think soon. I think very soon. Can you take a look at NLST? Let me just... All right. I think we're okay. NLST. What is this? Crypto or stock? It's a stock. Oh, it's another OTC. And it's actually pretty good. Hold on. Nope, it's actually pretty good still. What time frame, sir? Daily, weekly. Weekly's good. Nothing bearish about this as long as you're above 6.25. Daily, I expect it's going to be the same. Short term, a little bit of a pullback is completely fine. Just don't want to see this one violate like $6.50 on a daily. Weekly, line in the sand at 6.25. Long term, I do think that this one just very likely pushes its way through here. Short term, I know you didn't ask about a 4-hour and an hourly, but I do think it will pull back a little bit more in the short term, probably down to about 769 or so. Just no real issues as long as you're above about 730 on an hourly. And at that point, I'd start to entertain those, those sort of invalidation conditions. Other than that, this one, again, consolidating around all-time highs is generally a good thing. Yeah, I think I'll end it right there. Good, very, very good. Don't know if it's ready just yet. Diamond Black Exterior says, "Hey, Krown, happy to see your eye surgery went well. Thanks, man. I'm happy as well for that. By the way, if you really want to lose your appetite, or if you want like a natural diet pill, go YouTube Smile Eye Surgery, and once you see the thumbnail, you'll know very quickly whether you want to do it or not. I can tell you though, it goes very, very fast. However, anyways, you want to look at storage. Storage. Okay, we got. I only do one right now, man. We have a lot of people here, and I do want to be efficient with time as Yeah, we're already an hour and 20 minutes into this. Yeah. We'll be good though. Storage, good. Consolidating around the highs yet again. It's just it is a 2017 coin, and this is a weekly right here. And you also did close on new weekly highs, so you do have your confirmed reversal. You got your higher lows, you got your higher highs. Generally looking for this one to work its way back up sideways and up towards your April highs right there. Daily, where do I invalidate bullishness on this one? Very easily put below 145. Not too helpful right now because you're very far away from that pivot, but you're going down to an hourly, which I think you also requested. I wouldn't even be entertaining like short-term downside targets as long as you're above about 165. That's kind of like the area to be watching after that. Hold your breath because I do think you would test around $1.50 to $1.45 and below their problems. But until then, I actually do think that this one trades sideways and up out of this range. Again, market analysis and good move right there. I mean, it's on volume as well. I do like that. All momentum also is pointing the same direction as well. So good, generally good. Subhan, Mr. Karzi says, I have 3 for you. Oh, dear Lord. Sorry, man. We do, again, have to really limit Elon, MTV. I think we can do just 2 of those because it'll be really, really fast. But I do have to respectfully ask that people don't do that. Anyways, MTV right here. Again, consolidated the highs. One of the better charts that we've looked at over the past couple months here. I do think you'd have a very easy short-term downside move to like 192 or so, but well, it's one more top here or not. I would actually call a major top here if this one does come back down below 147. It's not anywhere close to current price action, but that'd be my line in the sand. Until then, I'd actually give it a chance to probably put another higher low right here and give one more try to the upside. In this case, where would targets be on a break of your current all-time highs? Well, let's see. You're at the 1618 right now, so I suppose at that point I'm looking towards 3.25. Oh my God, this 3.25 to 4 cents on a weekly continuation move. Obviously, that's not going to be happening in one day, but hourly. Yeah, I'd actually give it a chance to put in a higher low right here. I would, however, again, big invalidation, calling like major highs on this one below. Let's just call it a 1.5 cent. And big warning flags below about 1.9 in that case. Very, very quickly we'll do Elon, just another fucking meme token that probably shouldn't be traded anyways. But whatever, I'm not here to be your dad. Is this one topping out or not? That is one sloppy toppy, looks like to me. But man, I do not want to be the first person to call a fucking top on these meme coins. Let's see, what do we have here? Not enough history to really populate that one. 12-hour kind of. What about a 6-hour? Getting closer. What about a 4-hour? I don't know on this one, man. I just don't want to fucking call tops on these things because they can just do whatever the fuck they want, I guess. Here's where I'd feel a lot more confident calling like a decent top on this one. Below 1800. Below 1800, I'm looking for big moves down to 1420 to 1450. And then probably does top out over time if that condition is met. Until then, I do have to kind of look at this as a healthy consolidation, although I do not fucking feel that way. Where would I confirm a resolution of a healthy consolidation? More importantly, that would be above about 23.85 or so to the upside, even on an hourly. Let's see. Mr. AEAD says, "Hey Krown, can you do KCS on daily?" Sure. Cheers from Panama. Oh, nice. KCS, this is KuCoin's cut token or whatever the fuck. Pretty good right there. On the daily, yeah, man, it's pretty much at all-time highs right now. We do have a measured move off of this as an ascending triangle formation. I just want to see it close on new all-time highs, which it's pretty much there, man. It's so fucking close, man. 1870 or so. Look, do I think that this one's going to make a move to the upside from here? Very likely, yes. There is a measure move on this one pointed up towards like what is this, $20, $25, 24.5 to $25 or so. All right, looking for that a bit more over time. Lower term timeframes. I would invalidate this below about $16. Short term loses its bullishness below about $17 on a 4-hour. Until then, this thing actually does look pretty damn good. 5-day, yeah. I think it's probably going to push through, man. 5 days looking really, really good. Expanding volatility closed on, I think, just about new highs on the 5-day. Very, very likely to resolve itself to the upside, I'd say. Rebel Dia, what's up, man? Reef on the 4 hour and daily. Okay, Reef USD. Let's see what we got right here. Hey, baby, could I ask you for some tea? Thank you, sir. Reef. Yeah, no, I mean, again, it's like the same chart over and over again, baby. The same fucking chart over and over again. Look, you do have your confirmed reversal right here. You got your higher, you got a higher low right here. You got a higher high right here. Looking for this one to work its way back up to the prior highs of April over the next probably 2 weeks or so. Invalidation below about, what is this, 3 cent? Just below 3 cent. Right now, I actually think this one's trending on all time frames, man. It's good. Good. Most things in this market looking more or less the same. I like the 5 day on this one a lot. Just can we play at a pullback down to like 3 1/4? Yeah, it wouldn't really be asking for too much. Long term though, I do expect that you do make your move up to there towards 4.5 to 5 cents or so. Let's see. Mark Lee says PlayDAP is literally ready to pump. Well, I've never heard of it before, so I can't promise it's going to be on. Oh motherfucker, it's on goddamn TradingView. I guess we'll have to look at the Bitcoin pair in here. What the fuck? Yeah, it probably is. It's ready to pump and probably dump as well, which is what you saw just a few days ago. Pumped up, dumped down pretty damn hard, but yeah, I do probably agree with you. This is not an endorsement of this thing. I don't know what the fuck this thing is. I don't know what the fuck it does. It's only on Upbit, which is questionable, but it would be a setup. Not one that I'm comfortable with, but fair enough, man. All the more for you, sir. All the more for you. Super Googly says, hello, sir. Hello, sir. Would staring at the 1 minute chart and trade in my mind for 100 times help with scalping? It wouldn't. I mean, what helps with scalping is just like playing out your fucking plan, man. That's what it always comes down to. But I think the question really boils down to, okay, if I make a plan for the minute and I watch it, and then I make a plan around that, will it help me with scalping? Well, it's just going to give you like faster signals, which gives you more durations faster and will make you more attuned towards the minute chart. So if you want to trade the minute chart, then yeah, fucking do that, man. If not, if your goal is to trade like the hourly, you're probably going to find the minute chart has a lot of noise in it in comparison to an hourly, for example. An hourly, more noise than in comparison to like a daily, for example. So I think it's always kind of best to practice the time frame that you're actually, insistent on trading. I don't think it'd be terrible though, man. Anyway, Super BTC. Okay, you're looking at Super Fam versus the Bitcoin parent specifically. All right, we can do that. Oh, okay, this is actually really good here. Am I about to pump Elio's token? I think you got the DeLorean trade on this one. Got your higher low on the 5 day right here. Just need to see this thing close above about 2,200 Satoshis, and this thing's gonna fucking run, man. I'd be looking at like monthly targets towards 3,500, probably more like 4,200 over time. Just want to see it clear above the last local high. 4 hours trending right now. 4 hour invalidation below 1570. Good, man. Good. I would be looking for a pullback after you do test around your August highs, however, just for what it's worth. Cool. Let's see. Goofy dude said, hey, what's up, Goofy? Jasmy? Man, what is this Jasmy thing? It's popping up everywhere now. It sounds like a stripper, says Elsa. It kind of does, actually. Jasmy coin. Jasmy coin. You're looking at a what? No time frames given. What? Goofy dude, you know this. But all good, man. Best of you as well, sir. All right. Well, I don't know what to make of this chart, man. It's just straight fucking up. I think we looked at this one. Wait, there's got to be more history here somewhere. Thank you, sir. Yep, here we go. All right, cool. Cool, sir. I might actually have to put some drops in my eyes really quick. Oh my god. It's fucking hot. Okay, here we go. This chart's a lot more helpful. Let's actually, well, should we record this one? Should we not record this one? I'm looking for a move towards about 2.5 to 2.6 cent, and very likely a pullback from there. Yeah, I'm gonna put some drops in my eyes actually, just really quick here. Just take me a second. Uno momento, my friends. I'll be back in just a moment. All right, there we go. Get the hat back on too, go full blackout. Should we record this one? Should we not record this one? It keeps on, people keep on loving this one. I'm generally looking for a move towards 2.5 to 260 or so. Probably a bit of a short-term pullback right there at minimum. 4 hours still trending though, so this one is bullish like right now. Hourly, same thing. Short-term invalidation below about 15.5 cents or so. Ooh, sorry. Hat means bullish. It might just be, sir. I'll get to that soon enough, though, man. We have a lot of comments to work through until we get to yours, unfortunately. Andrew Mo says XCAD 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. Sure. Okay. I guess KuCoin is the one, and you're doing hourly, 4 hour, and daily. Hourly, good as long as you do right above your last 485 higher low. Looking for this one to trade sideways and up from here. Daily, not as obviously short-term good. 4 hour, same thing. So, man, the more that I look at the 4 hour and the daily, the more that I think that this one does come down somewhere around about 465 or so. Maybe tries for a low around there. Here's what I can say though. This again, not too helpful, unfortunately, but above $5.50, I do look for this one to meet the next trending target, which would be actually above $6. Until then, I do suspect that you're in at minimum a short-term consolidation here. Hourly does look like it's trying to set in a higher low for what it's worth, but I would not declare this resolved until you're above about 550. Bless you, sir. Bless you indeed. All right, let me just shake this up a little bit. Oh, man. Anonymous says Kava 4 hour and daily. Okay. Kava. All the DeFi is getting going right now, aren't they? Is it DeFi? No, DeFi fall. Yeah, DeFi fall. Okay, you are looking at what time frames? 4 and 24. Daily. Again, another version of the same chart that we've seen many times now, but this one actually does look really good long term. Yeah, very, very constructive long term, actually. Very, very good long term, in fact. Just kind of a laggard in the short term right here, but I do like the higher lows. Just want to see this one clear above about 675 or so. That's when I look for pretty much retest your prior highs. I do think it's ready to move probably this week, maybe even today or tomorrow, actually. Daily BBWP is on the floor. Momentum also is turning up. 4 hour is uptrending right now. Just want to see it remain above 575 as an invalidation. As long as that condition is met, good. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Let's see. Mark Lee says, okay, man, you just love your plate app. Yeah, I do think that is okay, but I am very skeptical of very new charts like that don't have much history, and someone seems to be very intently promoting them on a YouTube channel. So I'll just leave that right there. But hey, fair enough. You know, it actually did look okay. Moose Boss says ocean. Okay, ocean US dollar. All right. Wow, nice move right there. Let's see. And you're looking at a what? Daily massive cap and handle breakout on the dollar chart. Targeting $2 in the next coming weeks. Let's see. Yeah, this is a pretty, wow, that is actually one hell of a formation right there. Would I be targeting $2 in the next couple weeks? No. I think best this one does, assuming that it even continues from here, which I think it's actually more likely to consolidate in the short term right here. It's probably about $1.50 to $1.70, and that's like asking for a lot, man. No need to get too greedy. This is still a good chart, man, but it doesn't need to necessarily hit $2 like next. In fact, short term, I think this one pulls back from here. I think this one probably ranges sideways at best, somewhere between about $1.20 and your $1.07 to $1.08 lows. Below about $1.07, I do look for this one to retrace all the way back down to about $1 even and try for a low there. I do like it long term, and I agree with you. More or less long term, but I don't think that's like the next target, for example. I think first things first, you know, got to work your way back above your prior all-time highs. So I wouldn't get too excited about it just yet, but it is a decent setup, as are most things right now. Rolando says, hi, Krown, your thoughts on NSFW? Okay, it's not safe for work? Being trolled? No, it's oh my god, what the fuck is this monstrosity? NSFW WBMB. Oh god. Oh god. What is this, man? What is this? In its utility token, Tippin You fills the niche for NFTs and adult content. I've seen a lot of these things kind of come around for adult content. I've never seen any of them take off. Like not even Spank Chain, or not even Titty Coin as well. That's terrible. Because people are sexist. Your thoughts on it? If you're just asking me about this chart, man, I don't trust this chart too much. Again, very minimal history, just a month here. And for what it's worth, it's been a pump and dump since then. But I'd want to see it versus the dollar, man. If I did have to call it, I do think that it does put in another low here versus BNB, which I don't know if that correlates well to the dollar. Probably not. At 3,300 or so, and then maybe tries for a low there, but not the I don't feel comfortable on a chart like this, man. I'm not the best person ask about a chart like this. I would be rather impressed if people do have like strong opinions about charts like that actually work out. You're asking about a 4 hour specifically. Short term a bit more bouncy. Wouldn't mind another move back up towards 4,000 or so, but I would not be calling it like a major local low here as long as you're below, especially 4,600. I would err on the side of caution on these things. What's up, Eric Perkins? I get Medica coin on a 4 hour. Wait, what? Oh, you trolled me. You done trolled me again. McLovin! It's McLovin! Holy shit! It is McLovin. He even has the avatar. No one would ever fake their avatar. Wait a second. I'm going in Discord right now. God damn it, Pena. His fucking face is not his. McLovin, it's you! Hawaiian organ donor. That. Poke. Okay. Really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies? Very, very good. Wow. Oh, this is a 4 hour, but still very, very good. Still very, very good, man. Okay, volume still pouring in on this move. Usually I'd say probably a pullback here. Maybe that is relevant for the short-term timeframes, but that is not relevant for the daily right now. I don't even think it's relevant for the short-term timeframes. I would not call a pullback on this one or anything concerning it as long as you're above about $1.40 daily, which I suspect that you're probably more interested in, is probably looking more around a move towards about $2.50, and then I'd be looking for a consolidation lower. Volume signature on this one kind of speaks a lot right there. Or it's just continuation as well, man. I would not even be looking for a short-term. This is not even helpful though. It's so fucking far away. 140 below on an hourly, and then I'd be looking for like a great pullback. But until then, man, I actually think that this one tries higher before anything else. Yeah, all higher term timeframes looking for a little bit more continuation here. Do you think you're getting relatively close? And I would be looking for a major pullback from 240 to 250 or so, but that would imply continuation over the next 5, maybe 10 days. What's up, Mr. D? We've reached 100% likes. Holy fuck, man! What the hell? We have no. It's more than 100% now. Dear Lord. Again, I have to say a major thank you. This is just getting. This is quite literally overwhelming. In a good way, obviously, but. Man, and then the dislike ticks up again. Oh, they fucking hate me! Maybe I should just kill myself now. End it all. End it all, baby. Reef and Mover. I think we looked at Reef. Let's see. And by the way, man, I really do appreciate you helping out with like actually getting engagement on the channel, because I don't do the best job myself. Yeah, we looked at this one earlier, man. It's generally good right here, so we can look at your other one. Probably looking at a move towards your April highs or so. Your 5-day just got a reversal, or confirmed reversal, so I like it. What's the other one? Mover. So this is Moon River. I've heard a lot about this one. I've never looked at it. So let's see what she has. Not a lot of history here. Okay, does the other chart have more? Go to Kraken. More interesting chart, actually. Interesting. No time frames given. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to guess you probably want a 4 hour and a daily. I suppose I do look at this as a bullish consolidation as long as you're holding that last low at about 335 and consolidating there between $400. I would still not call a bullish resolution as long as you're below about $400, but above there, I'd be looking for a retest of your highs at about 435 and very likely a retest of your all-time highs after that. By the same token, below your last spike low at about 335, I do look for this one to actually fall apart rather significantly, somewhere down around about low $300, 310 to 305 or so. Until then, I am biased towards an upside resolution as long as you're all sitting within this channel right here. I don't really have much to add to it other than that. In short term, actually would be looking for some downside for what it's worth. I don't know if that's relevant to you or not. No time frames given, sir. No time frames given. God damn it! I got the ginger, man. Ugh. There's too many damn gingers in there. Rigel? Am I saying it properly? Rigel? May I have some daily chilies, please? Sure, man. Chilies eat fresh. CHZ. Ugh. God, man, that is just not good tasting. We should actually record this one. This one's popular for the day. Here we have chilies. Chilies eat fresh, symbol CHZ versus the dollar. And we have what appears to be a high-term time frame breakout right here on volume above your last spike highs, your rejective highs in September. So what does that mean? That does mean that we have a confirmed reversal on the 5-day now. We have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low, and we close on new highs. So it must be a higher high coming up on increasing. Hey, stop that. On increasing volatility. Probably better seen on a daily. Yep. Getting up there right now. However, I do expect that this one will get to minimum of 95 percentile. Daily Jewel and momentum also is pointed towards the upside as well, and there will be an invalidation on this one, very easy below about 39 cents. As long as this one's above there, I'm looking for continuation to the upside. In this case, probably looking over the next week or two towards retest of your all-time highs at about 75 to 90 cents or so. Do I think that things stop there long term? Probably not. You know, again, it's probably need to look at the rest of the market as well, but if you do start to break your all-time highs at that point, I'd be looking for a move towards the prized $1 mark. And well, long term, you can look at them over here as well. But you know, again, actually a relatively easy chart right here. Be friends with the trend, and right now the trend is your friend if you are looking towards the upside. Hopefully that was helpful, and there you go. And please be aware of the invalidation points as well. Nice. Cool. Patham says hat means bullish. Okay, nice. We're finally there. I finally made it down there, man. Solana versus Ethereum on the day week. Huobi. Okay. All right. So, okay. Well, I guess it kind of makes a little bit more sense to be charting versus Ethereum nowadays. Like in some cases, it's not super liquid anymore. Anyways, so basically you're looking at what's more bullish, Solana or Ethereum, and it's very obviously Solana. Let's see, what time frames were we looking at though? Daily, weekly. Yeah, weekly, I'm massively bullish on Solana versus Ethereum. As long as you're above 4,200, let's say, about 4,200, 425. Yeah, 4,250 is what I'm trying to say. Long term, I'd be looking for a retest for all-time highs and very likely massively new all-time highs with any sort of move above your October 18th highs. Daily, same thing. Invalidation below, again, about, you know, if you're looking at a weekly 425, if you're looking at a daily, invalidations below about 39, let's just say 40,000 even. Below there, I'd be looking for Ethereum to really outpace Solana, and you'd probably see this fall down to like the upper 20,000 territory. Until then, though, I would be more on the side of Solana here. Don't necessarily think that it's ready to move just yet, but after this ticks down a little bit more, probably setting up for a move maybe over the next couple weeks. Cool. Let me just see how many videos I got here. I see a Shell Wong Kim. We're going to get to that in just a second, though, man. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. About as much as I want to be doing. Cool. Ryan O'Donnell says ASX, ARV, Artemis, weekly and daily. Thank you for specifying the exchange as well. Yeah, there we go. Artemis Resources, because especially when it's like other markets, a lot of the time I'll just default to like US markets. So anyways, you're looking at a what? Daily and weekly. Okay, weekly right here technically is another lower high. And this one's been just creating serious lower highs ever since 2007, baby. 2007. This one just can't get a fucking, can't buy a rally. Daily, I'm down, man. I'm looking for this one to come down to just below 9 cents. Yeah, I'd be looking for a bounce at 9 cents, and I don't know if I'd be looking for anything more than that. I can tell you where I'd get phenomenally bearish on this one for a retest of your 5-cent lows and probably low over time. That'd very easily be with any sort of a weekly closure below about 8.3. Until then, just short-term downside, relatively speaking, and ready to boo Jesus after that, man. Shell Wong Kim has a really good question right here, and this actually matters a lot. And this alongside the infrastructure bill, I actually do think are playing kind of like the meta structure of the market right now. Let me just take one sip of this, and then we'll address it. There. It's got another big one right there. Okay, so Shell Wong Kim, thank you, sir. Shell Wong Kim is asking a really good question. Sir, may I ask your view on the upcoming tapering? Okay, So the Fed, or if you're not aware of it, the Fed has essentially been injecting and buying. Basically, the Fed's been propping up the stock market, and now they are considering tapering their purchases, which at some point it needs to fucking happen, man. The problem is that it's been spoken about many times as like, we're thinking about this, we're thinking about that, we are thinking about this, and nothing really comes of it. Now, I do think, and I think that any rational person would probably agree that at some point you have to fucking taper this shit. Like, this cannot go on for forever. And it seems like the Fed has agreed to start tapering. I think it's either around the end of this year or early 2022, and ending fully in like middle of 2022, something like that. If it happens, yeah, obviously it's not going to be good for the stock market, and probably by extension cryptocurrencies as well. I mean, 'cause, you know, it's free money basically. I don't really have anything enlightening to say other than that, man. Like, it's not going to be good for traditional markets. Then again, you also have the interest rate conversation. You got the infrastructure bill as well. So the market will play off of all of these news pieces like a game. And I do suspect that, well, you know, personally speaking, it's like this does have to happen at some point. You know, it does have to happen at some point. Otherwise, like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? But I don't have any more insight other than that, man. So I'm probably just telling you something that you probably already think yourself, and I would agree. that going away, not going to be interpreted well by the stock market, that's for sure. Martin Hunt says, morning Krown, morning Martin. Can you look at Algo BTC on the 4 and daily? We could. I'd much rather look at it versus the dollar, but oh well. All right, about an hour and 50 minutes in this one. You're looking at a what? 4 hour and daily. Just not a fan of these altcoin charts. They're so much more difficult than they need to be, man. I'm looking at this one right here. That just looks like a nasty rejection. Looking for a move down to 2,700, but is that what the 4 hour is suggesting right now? I don't know, man. I would not. Technically speaking, I should not be looking for like major downside, especially as long as you're closing 4 hour dildos above about 29.70 or so. Below 29.70, yeah, send it back down to your late October lows. Until then, you know, is this just a sloppy version of a higher low in the making? Maybe yes, but I wouldn't get excited about this thing as long as you're below about 3,400. I don't really have anything to add on to that. What I'd actually like to do is look at it versus the US dollar pairing, because I think that's going to be a lot more easy. And is it? Yeah, it actually is. We actually have something very, very obvious going on right here. I'm actually going to record this one. Here we have Algorand, symbol ALGO versus the dollar. And we do have a nice and healthy reaccumulation formation right here in the version variety of an ascending triangle, which always boils down trend. And what do we have? Just a slew of higher lows. So that does imply an invalidation, of course, below about $1.73. Below there, I would be looking for the retest of about a buck 50 and probably bounce before, well, maybe falling apart, but not necessarily saying that that's going to happen. That would be my invalidation. Until then, as long as it stays within this range, that is generally good and more likely to break out to the upside. Full hour, BBWP is on the floor. Momentum also is pointing to the upside, and it does look like we probably are going to see this one move back around about 190. What is this? 192 to about 195 or so. It's not really speaking towards, you know, much of the long term, obviously. I wouldn't get too excited about this one long term, looking for basically new all-time highs, as long as you're below about 213 in this case, especially on a daily. Even on a 4 hour probably does it as well, and then I'll be looking for a retest of about a 250 and probably more over time. I mean, this is, you know, generally a good thing over here. I mean, it's just one giant cup and handle, it looks like, but we can actually do the measure move on this one. Why not, man? Why not? Why not? It'd be something like this, implying a target of about 350 over time, like not having the same fucking day, obviously. But again, be aware of the invalidation long term. I'm going to be more or less biased towards the upside. I'm just curious if we have maybe one thing to be aware of over here, perhaps. That would be perhaps helpful for a continuation of this bias. Daily. Nope, not getting shit. Making this one difficult, more difficult than it needs to be. 12-hour RSI has slightly more bullish posturing than not, but certainly splitting hairs here. 4 hour. Hey, show it to me. Do we have phantom div? We do have some phantom div, but again, just be aware of the invalidation. Until that gets taken out, I'm more or less looking for sideways and up. Get excited above about 211, 212 or so. Hopefully that's helpful, man. Cool. Major Metacarpal says ENJ 4-hour and 24-hour. Yeah, man. Of course. I've recognized your name over the years, man. So fucking nice. ENJ. Okay. USD. Cool. Good. 4-hour hidden bullish evidence of that last low. I'm probably looking for this one to retest the highs of this rally, like 325. Does it continue on with a trendy move though into the daily? That's the question, and probably yeah. Very easy invalidation on this one below yesterday's spike low at 237. Below there, I look for a corrective phase. Next target would be 220, and then probably works its way low over time towards like 205. But I'd want to see it after that. Until then, to me, this one's trending on all time frames that matter. So I'm looking for sideways and up 5-day. I think is the most obvious one right here. Just want to see this one close on new highs, and at that point, gets the blue sky breakout party started again, I suppose. Very, very good right here. Again, you know, it's this simple: low, high, higher, low. Already closed on new highs, so the next one must be a higher high. Cool. What's up, Crypto Slave? Crypto Slave. We do not promote slave or slave technology here, by the way. You're looking at Klima? This is a new one. Elsa says, I'm your slave. That is not PC, sir. Klima? Okay. Klima. Is it's not popping up on TradingView, man. So unfortunately, I can't see it unless if I have the wrong ticker here. Again, I'm limited by what TradingView has, so maybe if you have something else that you want to look at, just tag Elsa, and so we can give it a look. But as you can see right here, I cannot pull this one up, unfortunately. Yeti says, "Hey Krown, can you check out NZ? Yeah, some forex. Fuck yeah, let's do some forex, man. Kiwi dollar, yes, forex. Kiwi dollar versus real dollar, and what do we have? Actually, Kiwi ain't looking bad. Actually, at least short term is looking good. What time frames are you looking at there? Oh, you're looking at a weekly and monthly. Okay, weekly. Probably looking at an official test of somewhere around about 72.5 to 72.60. Monthly, I think this is your reversal right here, man. I think this is your reversal right here. So would this be your first higher low? It would be. How would you confirm this on a monthly? You need to see it above about 72.5. Monthly BBWP is on the floor right here, so you've contracted into this what would be presumably a higher low in this case. Obvious invalidation on massive long-term bearishness would be below about 69 cents. Great number as well, 69.20 in fact. But I think this one actually pushed through, man. You know, a break of the 200 simple probably leads towards a general move towards about 75 cents in change. You know, over the next couple months after that. This is actually good. Or at least I think it has a chance here. Let's see what the other higher term time frames say. Bi-monthly. Yeah, it does look like a higher low right there. What about quarterly? Yeah, same thing. I actually would treat it as that, and it's a very easy pivot as well. 69 cents. Easy to remember too. Cool. Hopefully that's helpful, man. What's up, Damien? All right, DOT. Yeah, we can maybe end on DOT. Or have we already done DOT? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Holy moly, man. Yeah. Let me just sip this. Yeah, and I'll just warn anyone right now as well. Please do not send any donations after this moment, just because I do need to end this stream relatively soon, and I want to make sure that I can be accountable to all the people who already have before time runs out. Short term, a little bit of a pullback. I wouldn't mind a pullback down to like 46 and a quarter or so. Actually, I should record this one. Hold it up over here too. Okay. Oh god damn it! You done did it, CCAS. All right, we'll make you the last one then. Here we have Polkadot symbol GOT versus the dollar, and by the way, the 5-day has closed on new all-time highs for what it's worth. Now, does that not mean that we can't pull back short term? Certainly we can. In fact, short term down to about 47 and a quarter, I think is rather likely, but that doesn't really do anything for me. And I would invalidate short term and medium term bullishness below about 45.5 on a 4-hour closure. Until then, I am looking for volatility expansion with trend continuation, and momentum is all pointing in the same direction. I would like to see it actually close on a daily above about 50, let's just call it $51 to look good right there. And then we could make, obviously, well, measure move on that, not necessarily that we need to, but let's actually pull an extension for this whole structure right here. And generally speaking, over the next, maybe month and a half, I'd be looking for moves into the $60 to $69 region. Very likely a bit of a short-term pullback there, and then I'd be looking for some potential, greater consolidations after about 85, 87 bucks has been hit. This is really good long-term though. How did the monthly close? Yeah, pretty good. Pretty damn good close on new highs as well. Let's actually go see it from this angle just out of curiosity. Daily fresh stoke cross to the upside above 44.5. Good. 5-day already up. Weekly already up. 4-hour flippy floppy. So yeah, a little bit of short-term correctiveness here. Again, I wouldn't mind a short-term move down anywhere around about 47 and a quarter. Just don't want to see it like close realistically below about 45.5. That's where I'd start to say that that's not the most likely thing to be happening. Just short-term, a bit of short-term sideways and down, and then very likely long-term continuation over the next month, a month and a half or so, and hopefully that's helpful for Dot. All right, Kaz, you're the last one, sir. The last one just for you. Symbol FET. Fetch.ai. Great name. 4-hour daily. 4-hour. Looks like a reaccumulation right here. I mean, this one probably is working its way back up towards 90 cents. That's looking like, yep, that's going to very likely be your break. Oh, god damn it. You done goofed, sir. You done fucking goofed, dude daddy. It's all good, man. I appreciate that. I do sincerely appreciate that, man. All jokes aside. Volatility is increasing off the lows right here after basically how long was this? A month and a half long of consolidation, actually. So this one's extremely mature right here, man. I think that this one probably breaks later this week, maybe even today or tomorrow. Yeah, I just want to see this one close above about 90 cents, and then I'm looking for a retest of your current, basically your current all-time highs at about $1.05, $1.10, and very likely new all-time highs after that. I mean, that is a hell of a setup right there. Where would my invalidation be? This one's actually, again, very simple here. Below about 69.20 in that case. Again, thank you, Mr. Dude Daddy. Alrighty, sirs and sirs, I need to be signing off now. My voice is absolutely fucking shreked, but it's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you for bearing with the name changes that we've gone on this channel. Hopefully it wasn't like too awful for some people out there, as well. I hope it wasn't, but yeah, looking at Bitcoin right here, basically the same thing short term as what we spoke about yesterday. $60,000 to the downside versus about 63.70 the upside. Short term, I probably would front run bullishness myself above 62,550, but that would be a very aggressive take. And in below 60,000 bucks, I'm looking at another retest of $58,000 and maybe low after that. But I am biased towards the upside here for what it's worth. So at the end of the day, well, hopefully this was in some way helpful. I'm gonna be signing off now. Elsa is not waving in the background. Oh, you are waving now. Okay, there's the wave. There she is. I'm gonna be signing off now. Take care and see you hopefully very soon.
Christmas dildos moving up and down. They'll call him Crypto Krown. You've got to TA to be free. Learn how to surf in the deep Red Sea. Trendlines, average values, RSI. Lift ocean coins to the sky. From distributor into XRP. Oh, bear Jesus, set us free. Crypto what? Crypto Krown. Drifting Lambos through your town. Hathor's better buckle down. Cause it's the final crypto what? Crypto Krown. Drifting Lambos through your town. Hathor's better buckle down. Cause it's the final countdown. Open has the mastermind. Dive into crypto cave and let's go for a ride. The whales are coming very soon, very soon. Up to the moon in the afternoon. Crypto what? Crypto crown, drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better buckle down, 'cause it's the final crypto what? Crypto crown, drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better buckle down, 'cause it's the final countdown. Crypto crown, drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better buckle down, 'cause it's the final crypto what? Crypto crown, drifting Lambos through your town. Hodlers better buckle down, 'cause it's the final countdown.